Walking may be the most underestimated exercise in the world. It does not look dramatic. It does not require expensive equipment. It rarely appears in transformation videos. But your body understands walking immediately. Your muscles, heart, lungs, joints, and brain all know what to do when you begin taking steps. Is walking the only exercise your body was designed for? Not exactly. Humans can run, climb, carry, lift, and adapt to many forms of movement. But walking is different. It is a movement your body expects to perform regularly, quietly, and repeatedly throughout the day. Most people ask, which workout should I do? But better question comes first. How much ordinary movement has disappeared from my life? A workout is useful, but it does not automatically replace the hundreds of small movements that modern routines have gradually removed. Think about a normal day. You sit while eating. You sit during travel. You sit at work. You sit while scrolling. You sit while watching television. Then you sleep. The body may receive almost no reason to move for hours at a time. Walking is not a random activity. Your skeleton, pelvis, legs, feet, and balance system work together to move you forward on two legs. Each step is a controlled fall followed by recovery. It looks simple only because your body has practiced the movement for years. Imagine a machine designed to move regularly at a manageable pace. Now imagine leaving it in a corner for most of the day. Walking is one of the simplest ways to turn the machine back on. You do not need to destroy the body. You need to use it. People sometimes say, I only walked. But walking is not nothing. Your legs contract. Your joints move. Your heart pumps faster. Your breathing adjusts. Your balance system stays active. Your brain processes the environment around you. A simple walk is still a whole body event. As your pace increases, your heart works harder to deliver oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. The goal is not always exhaustion. A brisk walk can raise your heart rate while still allowing you to speak. That moderate effort is one reason walking can support cardiovascular health. You do not need a complicated device to estimate moderate intensity. Use the talk test. During a brisk walk, your breathing becomes faster, but you can still speak in short sentences. If you can sing comfortably, the pace may be too easy. If speaking becomes very difficult, you may be pushing harder. Walking places a repeated demand on the circulatory system. Blood must move. The heart must respond. The body must adjust. One walk will not transform your health overnight, but repeated movement tells the cardiovascular system that it still needs to remain capable. After a meal, glucose enters the bloodstream. That energy needs somewhere to go. Your muscles provide an important destination. When you begin walking, your muscles start working. Working muscles require fuel. Instead of sitting immediately after eating, you create a practical use for circulating energy. A post-meal walk does not need to become a complicated ritual. You do not need special shoes, a treadmill, or a stopwatch obsession. Stand up. Walk comfortably. Let your muscles work. Even a modest routine after meals can interrupt the pattern of eating, followed by prolonged sitting. People often ignore habits that sound too simple. They assume a health habit must be painful, expensive, or extreme before it can matter. But walking works precisely because it is repeatable. A difficult routine performed twice is less useful than a realistic routine repeated for months. You do not need to wait for a perfect 1-hour workout. Take movement snacks. Walk for a few minutes after a call. Stand up between tasks. Walk while discussing an idea. Use the stairs when practical. Park slightly farther away. Small sessions can accumulate into a more active day. A step counter can be useful because it reveals what your memory misses. You may feel busy while still moving very little. A wearable device can provide feedback, but the number is not a moral score. It is simply information about the pattern your body experienced that day. 10,000 steps can be a useful personal goal, but it is not a magical biological threshold. Health does not suddenly appear at one exact number. The better question is simpler. Can you gradually move more than you do now? And can you maintain the habit consistently? One person may begin with 3,000 steps. Another may already walk 8,000. Another may have a medical condition or mobility limitation. A useful target is one that challenges you without ignoring your circumstances. Progress is not a competition against someone else's watch. A gentle stroll has value. A brisk walk creates a different challenge. Hills create another challenge. Intervals create another. You can adjust walking without turning it into punishment. Walk faster for a short section. Slow down. Add a hill. Repeat. The same basic movement can become more demanding. When the path rises, the body must work harder against gravity. Your heart rate increases. Your legs produce more force. Your breathing becomes deeper. An incline walk is still walking, but the signal becomes stronger. A small hill can turn an ordinary route into a more challenging session. Try a simple interval. Walk comfortably for 3 minutes. Then increase your pace for 1 minute. Return to a comfortable pace. Repeat. You do not need a complicated protocol. The body understands contrast. Easier effort, harder effort, recovery, and repetition. Walking is foundational, but it is not the only form of movement that matters. Strength training helps preserve muscle. Balance work becomes important as you age. Mobility matters. Some people enjoy cycling, swimming, or running. Walking is the base layer, not the entire building. Walking asks your muscles to work, but it may not challenge every major muscle group enough to preserve or build strength. Add resistance exercise when appropriate. Push, pull, squat, hinge, carry, and brace. Walking keeps the system active. Strength training gives the system a stronger reason to adapt. Do not reduce walking to calorie burning. Yes, movement uses energy, but walking also supports a more active routine, cardiovascular fitness, mood, and consistency. When people treat walking only as a way to punish themselves for eating, they miss its larger value. A walk can create distance from constant digital input. Leave the chair. Step outside when practical. Let your eyes look farther than the screen. Notice the environment. Your brain does not always need another video, another alert, or another task. Sometimes it needs movement and space. Walking is not a cure for every mental health concern, but physical activity can support mental well-being. A walk can interrupt rumination, create structure, offer daylight, and provide a small sense of momentum. The body and mind are not separate systems. A more active day can support a healthier daily rhythm. Morning or daytime, walking also creates an opportunity for daylight exposure. The goal is not to exhaust yourself before bed. The goal is to create a clearer contrast between active days and restful nights. Some conversations do not need a chair. A walking meeting can combine discussion with movement. A phone call can become a short walk. A break can become a loop around the building. The environment does not always need to change. Sometimes a habit simply needs a new default setting. Ask yourself a practical question. Is there any part of my routine that can include more walking? Perhaps a short portion of the commute. Perhaps a staircase. Perhaps errands nearby. Perhaps walking while waiting. Health habits survive when they attach themselves to real life. A walking pad or treadmill can be useful, especially when weather, safety, work, or location makes outdoor walking difficult. But equipment is optional. Do not allow the absence of the perfect device to become an excuse. The essential tool is still your next step. Outdoor walking adds elements that a treadmill cannot fully reproduce. You respond to changing surfaces, turns, slopes, wind, daylight, and the environment around you. But both options can be useful. The best route is a route you can follow safely and repeatedly. You do not need the most expensive shoes in the world, but comfort matters. Choose footwear appropriate for your route and your body. Build distance gradually. Pay attention to pain that persists or worsens. A sustainable habit should challenge you without teaching you to ignore warning signs. The fastest way to ruin a walking routine is to begin with a heroic plan your body cannot repeat. Start below your maximum. Add time gradually. Add pace gradually. Add hills gradually. The goal is not to complete one impressive week. The goal is to remain active next month. The internet loves formulas. Walk it exactly this time. Complete exactly this number of steps. Use exactly this incline. Follow exactly the schedule. A structure can motivate you, but do not confuse a memorable formula with a universal law of biology. Build a formula that fits your life. Start with a regular walk. Add a post-meal walk when practical. Include brisk sections. Use stairs or hills when appropriate. Take movement breaks during long sitting periods. Add strength training during the week. Keep the plan simple enough to repeat. Try a 7-day experiment. Record your current daily movement. Add one short walk after a meal. Take one additional movement break during the day. Complete one longer brisk walk when practical. Notice your energy, mood, routine, and ability to remain consistent. Walking does not need to be solitary. Walk with a friend. Walk with family. Walk with a colleague. Walk while discussing your day. Social connection and physical activity can occupy the same time. A healthier routine does not always require sacrificing the rest of your life. Walking is accessible, but individual needs still matter. Seek medical advice when you experience chest pain, fainting, unusual shortness of breath, severe pain, or symptoms that concern you. People with major medical conditions or mobility limitations may need individualized guidance. Here is a Feynman test. Can you explain walking in one sentence? Try this. Walking is a daily movement your body expects, and modern life quietly removes it. That explanation is simple enough to remember and useful enough to change your routine. Do not wait for a perfect workout plan before moving your body. Start with the baseline. Stand up, walk, repeat, then build strength, balance, mobility, and fitness on top of that foundation. Complexity can come later. The first step is still a step. Your body was built to walk. Not once a week. Not only when the treadmill is available. Not only when motivation arrives. Walk after meals. Walk during breaks. Walk outdoors when practical. Walk with purpose. Because the simplest exercise in the world may also be the habit your modern life needs most.